Greetings. Welcome back to A Cup of Conversation and Food for Thought with me, Nidra Simmons. I want to start off by saying I do not own the rights to the music or the commercials you might hear in the background. There's just music playing to set the tone. As always, I want to come on here and do my little jingle. Pause that for a second. Okay. Hey, let's talk about it. I want to talk about it. Let's have a cup of conversation. Thank you for joining the live. Again, my name is Nidra Simmons. This is a cup of conversation and food for thought. Again, I do not own the rights to the music. Please like, share, and subscribe. If there's any commercials or anything playing in the background, I do not own the rights to the music that is just playing in the background. Um, Music is here to help keep me grounded, to keep me focused. Um, and so forth. But anyway, I come on always giving honor and glory to Mother, Father, God, Universe. I thank you, God, for waking us up this morning and seeing us throughout the day. I thank you for protecting us and keeping us safe, God. Um, my mouth, Lord, allow me to speak what it is that you want me to speak. Less of me, more of you. Allow me to reach those that you desire me to reach, to help, to inspire, uplift, and to perhaps give a different perspective on whatever it is that you lead me to talk about. Ultimately, God, your direction, you tell me what to do and I'll do it. Um, Thank you for another day. Thank you for a new week. Today is Monday, so happy Monday to everybody out there. So continue to keep us and bless us and have your way. In Jesus' name, amen. The conversation for today is what is it? Inspirational messages? Nope, I'm sorry. Spiritual messages. This right here is entitled Spiritual Messages. I am I have no direction on how this is going to go, so I'm just going to be like the river and flow. Be like currency and flow in the direction in which God wants us to flow in. Thank you for joining the live. Much appreciated. I hope you all are doing well today. This conversation is going to be a spiritual message. I'm not sure exactly where and what is going to pinpoint, but we are in a world filled with spiritual activities or things that goes on that we cannot necessarily see with our regular eyes. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for joining the live and thank you for liking the live. Much appreciated. So this conversation might be too much, so I'm going to put on my disclaimer. If you are not someone with an open mind, or someone that understands that we are living on this planet and is just more than humans, then you might be triggered by this conversation. But it's just a cup of conversation and food for thought. This content is for entertainment purposes only. So, saying all that to say, you're your own individual. Please use your discretion with this conversation. Um, and the reason for this, I came on yesterday and I had to get off really quick because I had to go somewhere like really quick. And I start off by saying I want to continue yesterday on to today, but I'm just going to let it flow. However way it comes out, it flows. It's going to go. And for those of you that look for me to already know what to talk about or to know my pattern of direction, I'm gonna save you some trouble and don't even try to worry about that because I don't know what my pattern is. I am someone that is trusting in God 100%, and I am moving when God say move. Hello, how you doing? Thank you for joining the live. Much appreciated. So if you're trying to figure me out, I'm still trying to figure me out, and I'm in this body. So you, you, if you can do that, then you good. But I want to save you the trouble and the frustration because I'm like water. I want to flow. Um, but anyway, yesterday we talked about inspiration and motivational moments. Today I want to talk about spiritual. Um, and today I'm going to be talking about spiritual messages. Nice to meet you all out there, and thank you for the compliments. Much appreciated. But yeah, if y'all see smoke in the background, I'm burning incense. There's little gnats and stuff that's been flying around, so I'm trying to eliminate those gnats. Um, Not that I need to explain it to y'all. I don't smoke. So I'm not sitting here with a cigarette on the side. It's just incense to kind of remove the gnats and so forth that's around. Um, but yeah, I had someone tell me, and oh, before I get started, if I tell somebody something and you try to take that and throw it back into my face, um, it does not affect me if I'm the one that told it to you. And I'm saying this to say, you can confide in people and you can think that you are talking to someone generally, yeah, genuinely. Yeah, I think I said it right. And they may have other expectations or alternative motives with the information that you give them. But I believe this here. If I told you about it, then I'm good with it. So if you try to take it and turn it someplace else into where you want to throw it back in my face to try to harm me, it won't. And I'm saying this to those out there that have people that tend to take your information and try to throw it back to you. One rule of thumb, if you gave it to them to throw it, when it comes back, it can't do anything to you because you don't have released it from yourself. You already took it out of your system. It's not an issue no more, especially if it's something that you overcame. Now, spirits are real. Spirits cannot roam and do what we do as humans unless they have a vessel. Spirits can be good, spirits can be evil. You do not have to take my word for nothing that I said. This is entertainment purposes only. You can find all of this information that I'm reading to you or talking to you about in the Bible or on the internet. All of this stuff that I'm saying to you, I got from the internet and from the Bible and some experiences that I went through and overcame or witnessed others do. So, what I'm saying is for entertainment purposes only. I am saying that again. But spirituality or spiritualness is how I think we are. I believe God is created in the we are created in the image of God. God is a spirit being. So here we are spirits living in a fleshly vessel. Um and as I was saying yesterday, and I've said on a lot of my lives, you have to love yourself unconditionally. Know who you are, whose you are, and what you carry. Know yourself and love everything about yourself. And it's important to love yourself and everything about yourself so that way when the world tries to take your confidence and your your I'm gonna say confidence because that's the best way to describe it. On how you care about you, you know how you feel about you, so what they say is irrelevant. And people's gonna talk about you regardless. You can be rich and famous, they're gonna talk about you. You can be without anything on your last leg, they're gonna talk about you. You can be on your in the hospital uh, counting your blessings. They're going to talk about you. So what if they talk about you? As long as you know who you are, whose you are, and what you carry, that's all that matters. As long as you love everything about you, your height, your size, your weight, your wrinkle, your complexion, your tone, whatever. Love you 100% because it's you against you in this world. And this world is trying to use everything that you have, that you are comfortable with, that you love about, and they're going to try to take that and try to make you weak in it. They're going to try to break you and make you weak beneath whoever they are. We have a lot of hurting people in this world. We have a lot. I see the smoke moving when I'm talking. We have a lot of hurting people in this world, and you know that saying, "Hurt people hurt others." I always say, don't stop there. Hurting people hurt others, but then they learn from whatever it is that they're going through. They go through the emotions, they get through it, and they on the other side, so they no longer hurt, and they learn to love themselves, and learn others, and love others. So it doesn't have to stop at hurt people, hurt others, and that no. You can learn from whatever it is you're going through, go through the emotions that you're feeling, get through the other side, look at that and smile because you've overcome it, and learn to love yourself, and then learn love others in the process. And it can stop there because, or it doesn't have to. Just keep moving and progress and go up and forward. That's the direction we all need to go in, all the direction we want to go in. We can't go backwards. We got to go forwards. Um, I don't have a format on how I'm going to flow, so I'm just trying to speak. Blessed be God, more of you, to get into the topics that I want to talk about. Now, I've been looking through the internet and I've seen a lot of conversations about different spirits trying to take over, and you know, it, the enemy, the devil, life is not forever. The devil has an expiration date, and we're getting close to that expiration date. So the enemy, and I'm referring to the devil when I said the enemy, is going to try to push as many people or gravitate and pull on as many people to get them to fall with the devil and not seek forward and up to where God is, or where love is, where light is, where that unconditional pure heart is. I am. So what else was I gonna say? Saying all that to say, you need to know you. Yes, I went around the bush, around the corner, down the street, up the hill, just to get to the point that you need to know you, learn you, everything about you. So that way, if something alters you, you will recognize the change in you. If you know that you're a easygoing, calm person and you focus on keeping yourself grounded, but something agitates the mess out of you and you just want to reach out and just give off anger, okay, that is not necessarily your spirit. That's not necessarily you. It could be something or someone you encountered, been around, um, that is trying to aggravate you or change you. You have control over yourself. Um, Read the Bible and find out for yourself. It's an open book. Everywhere you can find it, you search it. You can even type that comment on the internet and see if it gives you a place to search. I don't need to answer that question. You don't need to ask that question. That's something you can go ahead and ask online and find out on your own. Did I answer your question? So you know what? I'm going to do something, but I'm not going to flow the way that I want to. I'm gonna have to do it another way. So that way the information will get flowed out. You guys will receive it and other people won't take it or interrupt it so that it'll flow better. So I'm going to still talk about what I want to talk about, but I'm not going to go in the direction that my mindset's going. But yeah, learn yourself, know yourself. And sometimes if your body is, like I said, when I speak, I have a lot of people that have one-sided competitions with me. They may think I don't know and I don't give it any power because I'm not in competition with nobody. It's me against me in this world. And I had to overcome a lot of my own personal challenges that was put onto me by things that I saw as I was growing or that was put upon me. So I'm not going to sit here and try to um let's get too much to me. I'm not going to sit here and try to take on anybody else's stuff. I have my own stuff to deal with. Um so yeah, that smoke is really getting on my in my face. I guess distraction can happen anywhere and everywhere, right? But you have to know yourself. And as I was about to say, hello, how you doing? Thank you for joining the live. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, as wow, that is loud. But I have to move that, y'all. It's too loud. Distraction happens all the time. Thank you for the likes and the popular tap. I'm not sure how you call it. But for those of you that's joining, this is a spiritual message. Um, please like, share, subscribe. This conversation is for entertainment purposes only. Um, I'm starting off by telling you how well you need to know yourself, learn yourself, explore yourself, so that you're comfortable with yourself. And understand that as we grow and live through life, We go through different phases. We're new people as we're growing. As we get older, we've never been that particular person before. Like for example, when you grow, your age get older. You're 19, you're 25, you're 30. All those ages you reach, you're different people. You learn something new each way that you go, and you have to learn how to maneuver and get through it so that you continue to go. But as I was saying before, you have to know yourself. And I was saying how people have one-sided competitions or with me, and I don't really pay it too much attention because I'm not in competition with nobody. Um, well, thank you. Thank you very much. So I was reading a comment on there. But as I was saying, I said one-sided competitions. Okay, I'm trying not to lose my thought. This is why I said I'm going to do this a different way because this conversation here is a serious conversation, um, entertainment purposes only, but it's still something that you can relate to because if you look at things and how things are operating in this world, you can use this piece of information to kind of maneuver through and keep going. If by chance I say something or if my appearance triggers something in you, listen to what I say and what it is that I said that triggers you. Because some people have things in them that needs to be worked on, and you have to learn yourself so that you can distinguish the difference between you having to learn something or something trying to penetrate through you to make you do something that you're not normally doing or something that's not you. And the only way you can determine the difference is to spend that one-on-one time with you and God, meditate, read the word, listen to how God speaks to you, and to learn you and move forward. That's not an overnight process, y'all. If you think when I say this, that means do this and snap your fingers, it's going to be like that. No. Usually, you're through years when you realize that you're going through something or you've been through something for a while. So, the same way or same length that it took you to get there, it might be the same length or maybe half of that length, but not quick, snap finger, to get over through what it is that you have to overcome. So, keep in mind, it's a process. It's a process that you should continue on doing and keeping so that you can better yourself through the future. I hope I'm making sense to you all out there because I feel like I'm trying to get to something, but like I said, my ideas and my point is not important. It's what God feels that you guys need to hear. So I'm trying to be open to what um, thus saith the Lord and what direction I feel God has me going in. But yeah. So if by chance, and that's what I always tell people, you have to know yourself. And I have a lot of things that's going through my mind, y'all. I want to make sure I'm saying the right thing. So if there's a lot of pauses in between, don't hold it to my heart. I'm just trying to get the message out. Yesterday, and I keep referring back to yesterday because I had to stop and get off real quick. And because I received a phone call and I recorded it, and I got off one site, kept it on the other site, and because I had a conversation, I didn't want that in my feed, so I deleted the whole thing. And for some reason, the live did not let me go back to do retracing of what it is that I said. So I'm kind of trying to remember what I said yesterday because I want to make sure that I connect the two in because it was supposed to be something that I was introducing on yesterday. Excuse me. I find myself doing a lot of explaining, but it's okay. I am who I am. You are who you are. But I shared with somebody an experience that I had when I had an encounter with a spirit. And at the time I did not know exactly what was going on, but I felt every single thing that I was going through. And this is why I am telling you all out there that you need to know yourself completely. and be all right with yourself and love yourself, because you know when your body changes. I knew in my moment that I was not where I wasn't who I was. Felt different. I reacted different. My body definitely felt different. But if you're not one with God and one with yourself, and learn how to meditate and spend that one-on-one time, you're not going to know when something tries to alter you. And I'm not saying this to scare nobody. I'm just giving out wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, so that you can just learn how to maneuver through this life yourself. Um, by all means, you can take this with a grain of salt, or you can research and do your own research on it. But I only talk about what I know, what I experienced, and what I witnessed. And so that is what I'm sharing with you all out there. For those that are going through life, and all of a sudden you change, you need to pay attention to your surroundings, pay attention to who you come around, because you have people that don't have good intentions when they come around you. You have people that can't be happy for you and don't want to see you happy because they're miserable. And that's totally unfair and unrealistic. We're different people, different backgrounds, different lifestyle, doing different things. So why are you judging me on how you feel? Be happy for me like I'm happy for you, and move on. What joy is it that you have to constantly see other people angry, hurt, and then you feel all right when they feel that way? If you're that type of person, maybe you need to stop and question yourself. Why is it that someone else's happiness bothers yours? Especially in a world where God gives us free will. Oh, I know what I said too yesterday. I'm going to reiterate it today too. I told you all yesterday and some of my lives before that um, all these bad things that's going on in this world is not God that's doing it, it's the people. I want to reiterate, sometimes it is God. God uses his children to help us. God uses his children to awaken others up from things that they need to be aware of. And God gives us free will. So you can choose to do what thus saith the Lord, or you can choose to do what thus saith the enemy, the world. Ultimately, the choice is up to you. But I want to reiterate, I'm not taking away from what I'm saying. I'm just adding on. A lot of the bad things that happen on into the world is because of people and the will and the choice that they choose. Whatever action, every action has a consequence. And God does things in this world too, because we're not getting it, or it's too far damaged or gone that it has to be redid. And when I say it like that, you had two Adams. You had the first Adam that was in the garden, and then you had Jesus. It stopped with Jesus. This is not to say that God makes mistakes. No, this is to say that this one thing I said and this is also included. So I'm not just eliminated to what I said before. But you know what? To each his own. You believe what you want to believe. I'm just coming on here to correct myself. When I know better, I do better. Um, Again, this conversation might be all over the place, and I'm going to have to come back and relook at it and read it. Not read it, but listen to it. I'm great. How are you doing today? I appreciate you all for joining the live. I thank you for all the likes that you've put on the live. Um, I know my lives are sometimes long, so I know there's not many people that stay on from start to finish. But I do appreciate the visit as you come through. And all I ask that if you do come through or visit, give me a heart. Say, hey, how you doing? Tap those hearts. And if what I'm saying is making sense to you, tap those hearts, because I need to know me, not I as a person here in flesh, use these hearts as confirmation to let me know that what I'm saying is relatable to what you're listening to. Um, I love to talk. And sometimes I get into what I'm saying and I have to kind of recognize what I'm saying and pull myself out. Thank you. So that I'm not giving too much of what I say, but what thus saith the Lord. But as I was saying, how you have to be around Thank you. You have to be aware of your surroundings and make sure that you are, hey, how you doing? You have to make sure that you are aware of yourself. Know your limits. If you know that there is something that makes you upset, if you can help it, don't go around it. It's a gloss with a little tint in it, um, and a liner that I put on. But yeah, I don't think I can burn another one after that one. This one is right up in my face. But for those that are just joining, no problem. This is a conversation entitled as a spiritual message, cup of conversation and food for thought. My condolences to you. But knowing yourself, knowing your surroundings, know any changes that take place in you. You'll know it. Hello, how you doing? Thank you for joining live. Thank you for the hearts, much appreciated. You'll know if there's a change. If you have a headache, you'll notice you'll have a headache, right? If you get hot, you'll notice you got hot, right? If you get too cold, you'll notice you get cold, right? So pay attention to your surroundings. Man, listen, this thing here is, let me rearrange it and put it another way because it is broken. Either way, it's going to keep coming my way. Mm. All right. Well, this particular episode here is obvious. There's a lot of distractions going on, so something doesn't want me to get this message out. So I may have to do this message a different way. But I still want to introduce it out there so people can still be aware of the changes that take place in their body and that we're living in a world that is filled with things that we can't see with the naked eye. Thank you for being the number one fan. Much appreciated. I'm burning incense because the little gnats that fly around, but it is messing with me and how I get this message across. So I'm gonna let that burn out, and then I will continue to flow. But if you don't get anything else out of this message other than the fact that, thank you, you are responsible for. All right, I'm gonna let it out, y'all, because I can't take it. Don't like smoke, cigarette smoke, but I'm sitting here inhaling this smoke here. But I think I'm good for right now. Um, thank you for the gifts, much appreciated, and thank you for the likes, much appreciated. I did get up this morning early to come on here and do this live, and I kind of feel like, ooh, that smells bad after it burns. What's my, oof. Sorry, y'all. My apologies. This is one distracting episode this morning. I have been distracted on many different levels. So this conversation is going to flow and it might be a to be continue as well. But the topic is spiritual message. And I just want you all to be aware of yourself. Pay attention to the changes in your body. I gave examples of how you notice the changes in your body, like with the heat, the cold, the hot. Right now, the coughing. There's a change um in my body that I cause because of the smoke, but there's other things that take place in your body that you um may not know what causes it, but if you recognize the change, don't ignore it. Figure out or ask God, why is this going on in my body? Um, like for example, I was someplace yesterday and it was real hot. And when it gets too hot, I cough. Or if it gets too cold, I cough. That's just me. But if you notice that about you, then recognize what is in your atmosphere, what is in your area that is causing you to change what it is or your normal state of being. And recognize and pay attention to it because you never know. It could be something warning you. I always tell you to pay attention to your intuition and your discernment. If I can't see your face, I'm not going to put you on the live. Um, Obviously you got something to hide, so I'm not going to put you on a live spot so that you can come on here and say something that is not even appropriate for the conversation. So if you ever want to come on a live with me, I need you to engage in the conversation, and I need to see your face on the picture, so that way um, I got an idea of what I am introducing to you all out there. That's me using my discernment and my intuition. I'm helping you every step that I go. I'm helping you all out there so that you're not thinking that you're going through things by yourself. I had my son said, "Why do you always listen to certain things on the phone, like when you go through the internet?" I'm a strong believer that God speaks to us in everything that we have here. God speaks to us through the internet. God speaks to us through sitting out in nature, which is probably what I'm going to do later on today. I might do two lives. I might go out here after I finish this one and go sit outside and do the another live. I don't know what the future holds or what you know direction God leads me, but I pay attention to everything around me. I don't take things for granted. Although people might think I do. Someone told me that I doubt everything, and I'm like, I don't doubt everything. I used to doubt everything, but now I don't. I am living 100% on God's trust and faith and believing that God is going to provide my every need. That is how I am moving and coping. Today is the first day of school for a lot of people in my area, and I hope that you all are having a wonderful first day of school, teachers and students. I don't know how I just shifted from that thing to this one, but anyway, I shifted. um, AI said, summed it up as share spiritual advice on awareness and personal boundaries. Share your thoughts. Boundaries, period, is something that I'm going to always include in my conversation one way or another. There's a lot of people that turn on you because you are sticking with or setting boundaries. And if people are so quick to turn on you when you're setting your boundaries, that's also a red flag. Why would you get upset when someone who is setting boundaries, which is to put something in place to better them and to perhaps better you, unless you are the one that is causing them to put those boundaries there in the first place? So keep in mind, if you set boundaries that's going to help you and it turns people away from you, well, then you know what? That's a red flag. Were they really supposed to be there for you? Are they really there for you? Uh, I have to put the dry back on, but I'll do that in a little bit once I get off of here. But thank you for joining the live. I'm great. How are you doing? Um, but yeah, gotta get my train of thought back, y'all. Um, I was talking about getting to know yourself and being aware of your surroundings and just watch for people. I'm telling you, this live right here is a lesson in itself. It's filled with distractions, but maybe it's teaching you how to get back on track. And we're talking about boundaries, and sometimes you have to retrack your steps. So as if you lose something in your house, you sit it down somewhere, you retrack your steps to figure out where it was last. If you are in the process of talking, you can retrack your steps with your conversations. You can go ahead and say something, and that's another reason why I always explain certain things because it's not only helping you all to understand where I'm at, but it's helping me to go back to where I left off at so that I can keep going. I had someone tell me that you explain self too much. Okay. That's a boundary I put in place for me to retrain so I can retrack my steps. It's going to benefit me so that I can remember what I was going to say. That will eventually benefit you so you can hear what it is that I have to say. Now, if it bothers you so much, then perhaps it's a red flag to let me know that you don't want me to stay on track. We good as long as the conversation is under your control. But once I get it back to my control to where I can flow, and whatever steps I take to get there, if you have a problem with that, then it's not the problem with me that you have. It's a problem that you realize I know what I'm saying. Thank you. And that I'm going to go back on it because maybe intentionally, maybe it was your unconscious intention to throw me off my track so that I don't get my point across. And that's something a lot of manipulators do. A lot of manipulators will sit here and focus and pay attention to you and then try to throw stuff in there to change the subject. Or they'll take your subject and make it theirs. They'll take your ideas and make it theirs. They will, and you have to listen, they will say what you say, but put it in their words, and then turn it back to what you said. And it made sense and it was good because now your idea is their idea. And so we good now because we can talk. I disagree because you came up with it, but once I reworded it and got it back to how I want, now it makes sense. Reading your comment and no, begin what? If you have a platform or if you want a platform, you can go on. It's very simple. You can go on and download TikTok, and then you can go ahead and you can set your own page up, and you can go on live and you can talk about whatever you like, but not on this one. I am a woman of God. Okay. I am made in the image of God. God's a spirit being, so I am a spirit being here in this fleshly body. I am a teacher, and I teach what thus saith the Lord. If you want to do something else, you do that on your own. All right, you got one in every single bunch. But anyway, that was another form of distraction. I put the lives on, and I appreciate the feedback because we need one another. But if you're gonna come on here to try to make somebody look foolish or to turn somebody into what you want them to be, then you don't need to come on this live. I understand that your job is to come on to distract and attempt to destroy somebody's image. But I'm working for God, not man. So anything that people have against me, it's not against me, especially if you don't know me. If you never had a conversation with me, you never got to experience the love and the light that's within me through conversation or in my presence or whatever the case might be, then you don't have anything negative to say. What your problem is not with me, it's with God. And so if you think you're strong enough to box with God, find out for yourself the outcome because you're not going to win ever. So I'm saying that too because, like I said, this live right here, I should have named it Spiritual Distractions Within a Spiritual Message because that's what it is. We have so many distractions because we have spirit beings that's out there that don't want to be known or they don't want no one to know that it's that spirit that is causing the reaction in people. Um, Once you know what type of spirit that's in you, then you know how to pray out those spirits. You'll know how to um, send them back to where they came from, and you take back ownership of your vessel and you move forward. So there is a lot of things that we need to learn that you're not going to find in the traditional textbooks, but you can learn from other people and their experiences. That's why I say we need one another. 'Cause there's things that we go through that's not recorded. But you know what you go through, and it's not a normal thing, and you overcame it, got through it, made it to the other side, then help somebody else get through it. We have so many different things going on in this world that does not need to be, but because of lack of knowledge and understanding, or a unpure heart, it makes it difficult to flow in the direction in which we need to. And so we all have what you call energy. We all have a something to give off to help somebody. Like, for example, a lot of people come in here and give me compliments. Okay. Those are features that grab your attention so that you can listen to me. These features are not here just to uh, fit your fancy. No, it's here to gravitate to you so that you can relate to something and listen to what's being said. There is an aura or presence around me and everybody else out there. You can feel that aura or presence when you get in the company of somebody else. You can hear it when they speak. Um, you need to start paying attention to your surroundings, and that is easier said than done. I done got hot, yeah. I gotta put the fan on. I done finished. Nope, almost finished. One second. Ah, I am still here. Just need to put on the fan and put my dish away. So, so you need to be aware of who you are. Nobody knows you better than you, and that's facts. You have a mom. Your mom can know you based off of what you are showing your mom or your dad, whoever's raising you, um, from a baby on. And once you get to an age to where you can recognize certain things, and I say within your first 5 years, you should know a lot about yourself within the first 5 years. And within those first 5 years is when you should be paying attention. But I'm not telling a 5-year-old to pay attention to itself. A 5-year-old will know what to do. A 5-year-old would know how to play both parents if you're in a house with two people or whoever parent that's there. A 5-year-old will know this. And then from that point on, you still have to teach because a 5 years gonna still need parents or guardians around them to help teach them and direct them to where they have to go. But at 5 years old, children pretty much know enough about themselves to where they can continue to move forward and trust that, okay, if I take a fork or something like this, I'm going to use that fork to eat. They know that. That's how they know the movement. They know at 5 years old, well, if I have to go to the bathroom or if I eat, something's going to come out, whether I have to go and do it on my own because I know how to or I need help. They already have a direction, a sense of how their vessel is going to work. Um, some sooner, but at 5, you at least know exactly how to, put food from plate to um mouth and chew and swallow. Or I'm thirsty, drink and drink, what I'm saying? You know the basic stuff. Um, and then as you grow, you learn, you develop, and you witness new things, you experience new things, and you learn how to cope and get through those things. Uh, this life has changed not dramatically, but it's changed from what I had intended on talking about. But I'm just convinced now that the discussion that I want to talk about has to be done in a different type of atmosphere. But on the same note, I appreciate all of you who have come and attended this live. I appreciate you all who have contributed to this conversation. I'm still going. We've been off about 43 minutes, but I still want to talk about some things that's going to lead up to what I want to talk about eventually. And right now, this particular live just showed us about distractions. So I am going to focus on distractions. You need to pay attention to the things that are distracting you from where you need to be. And notice the things that try to keep you from where you're going. Okay. Like, for example, I use myself, I'm very transparent. I use myself as examples because I can tell you about me because I know me. Um, so say for example, you are trying to get yourself ready to be at some place at a certain time. And if you let nobody know and you continue to get dressed and go, you most likely can get there with no problem. But if you tell a few people where you're going, and if they call you before you get there, or they try to distract you or have a conversation when they know you're trying to get ready before you get there so that they can make you late and you can't get there, be careful of that. I used to come on live every single day at a certain time. Okay. Then I started, getting to meet people and I start saying, oh, well, before I end the conversation, well, I got to get the phone early because I got to get up early to go do such and such. And then I started getting calls in the morning right before I get started. I'm like, wait a minute, why are you calling me in the morning before I do my live? Common sense will tell you you know that people got to get up prepared and get yourself ready. I mean, in my case, I'm not going to just jump out the bed and hair sticking straight up and come on here and say, hey, let's have a live. No, that's not me. Nothing against those who do it. That's just not me. So I take preparation in myself when I get up in the morning for numerous reasons. Routine, I love me, and I want to present myself in I want to present myself in I'm stuttering. I want to present myself the best way that I can on that particular day. Okay. So I take the time to get myself up in the morning and brush my teeth and, you know, lotion up my face and get myself, my clothes might still be my pajamas on, but you ain't gonna know it's my pajamas because I'm only showing you a certain part. So I'm telling you all of this stuff is because if you call me before then, you're not putting in consideration of what I have to do to prep for that call. So why you call me that early? Who gets up that early to have a conversation? I used to think who gets up that early to give people a hard time on the live? The distractors. Those who come on and try to distract you are the ones that come on and that try to interfere with your prepping on what you have to do. Pay attention to those things. Um, One might say that's a lot of work. Not really. It's just being aware of your surroundings. And once you start paying attention to those things, the practice as you keep doing it, it'd be like second nature. You'll just pick up on it. But you got to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere and recognizing. Because I can remember watching lives or hearing people say things. Thank you for the hearts, much appreciated. And thank you for joining the live. Um, some people will be like, okay, well, I remember watching some people and I'm like, well, you know what? I want to get to that point, but I'm not there yet. But it's baby steps. You have to start somewhere. Just like when you go ahead and exercise and do routine, you have to start somewhere. Now, the consistency of keeping it going, that's a lot of willpower and work on yourself to motivate to go ahead and keep doing it. But to get started is a big, heavy part of it. And who knows, if you start it, you like it, you'll keep going. Now, see, me, I I'll do things until change takes place. I tend to shift with whatever change comes my way. Um, because I believe everything happens on purpose, intentional. I am not a stranger to adjusting to change. I may not like it, but I have started over and over and over to the point where I know what to do. I just may not like it because of what I have to do. But that's just you being obedient to what it is that you're supposed to do, and that's going to help push you to complete what it is that you need to do. Um, by all means, listen to your body. When your body tells you to slow down, slow down. If your body tells you to stop, stop. But don't stop and quit. Stop and rest, and then continue on with the process. Um, I think I changed the subject. I got a little distracted, and I tried to catch on to it for a little bit, and then it shifted to something else. But you know what? Change happens. This live has been a example of distractions. And if you are distracted, this live has shown you not to quit, to keep going. You have to shift. Sometimes you may have to retract. Sometimes you have to move to the side to let something else come through. And then once it comes through, that thing that was to the side to come back to your memory and you keep going. You just don't quit. Keep going. Don't quit. Keep going. And also what you need to be aware of too is what you're listening to in the surroundings. Like for example, if I play a certain type of music, it will distract me, especially if it's something I love to hear, something that I want to sing. It'll distract me and take me off my. I'll be struggling. I want to say what I gotta say, but I want to sing. I want to say it, and that's reminding me of temptation. There's going to be some things in these distractions that's going to try to tempt you to do things that you are not supposed to be doing, or not at that time. You're going to have to pay attention to that too. Be obedient, stay focused, and on track. And me, I consider myself to be a focused person, but on the same note, I'm human. I can get distracted. I'm thinking one thing, I could see another thing. I'm speaking another thing. So I'm multi-talented. I could do more than one thing at one time. But to make it flow and make sense, I have to focus on one thing at a time. Um, sorry, I was reading something that came on the live. On the phone. AI has now combined this conversation into a topic saying a spiritual talk on self-awareness and not getting distracted. Share your tips. So I'm going to use this moment to ask those that are on this live, are there anything that